Hey, this is Michelle, and you're listening to Words with Michelle, the podcast, a show where I sit down and have conversations with influencers on a range of topics, anything from natural hair, employment, discrimination, food, relationships, and everything in between. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you want to send me an email, hit me up at michelle@wordsmichelle.com. Welcome back to Words with Michelle, the podcast, where we celebrate incredible stories, bold ideas, and inspiring changemakers who are shaping our world. I'm your host, Michelle, and as always, I'm thrilled to bring you conversations that matter. If you want to catch up on all episodes, you can subscribe to my shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other apps that you use to listen to your podcast. This podcast is available on my YouTube channel, and you can find it at Words with Michelle. If you like the show, don't forget to share the link with a friend. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Words with Michelle, the podcast. In this episode, I speak about taking a pause, stepping back, and putting my podcast on a break. So let's begin. How are you, fam? It's been a hot minute since I've been on the mic. I missed you. Like I've said, I've been on hiatus for 2 months now. I originally took the time off because I was tired, feeling a little burnt out, depleted, and like most people, dealing with life. Hashtag life be lifing. It was a hard decision to make to take the time off because I love producing my podcast. I love interviewing people. I love being busy and productive. But I was starting to feel like I was running a marathon and someone was sucker punching me along the way. Okay, I know that sounds slightly dramatic, but it's been a pretty crazy few months for me. I don't really share a lot about my private life because I'm private, but during the last couple of months, the life has just really gotten to me. About a month ago, I shared on Instagram and Facebook that I'm going through menopause, which was a result of my surgery I had almost 2 years ago. You can listen to episode 47 to find all the details about my surgery. So as I mentioned, having the surgery thrust me into menopause, but don't get it twisted. I was approaching perimenopause, so menopause just happened a little earlier than I expected. The symptoms that I primarily experience are hot flashes, night sweats, brain fog, and lack of sleep. They've become progressively worse over the past 8 months. Some of the worst symptoms are having hot flashes. I get hot flashes throughout the day, and I get a little embarrassed when I'm speaking with someone and sweat starts to drip off my face. This has happened so many times. I now announce to whomever I'm speaking with that I get hot flashes. Yep, your girl has no shame. Because many people I know are going through menopause and perimenopause, I'm planning a future episode on the subject. If you'd like to be on the show or you'd like to be involved in the show, let me know. Email me at michelle@wordswithmichelle.com. In addition to dealing with menopause, taking care of an aging parent, trying to publish a podcast and creating content for social media, and oh yeah, trying to have a life was taking a toll on me, and it became harder to do anything. I tried my best to put out social media posts, produce and edit my podcast, but sacrificing my weekends every single weekend and my evenings wasn't fun anymore. I was getting tired, agitated. I liked what I do, but my life was suffering. I wasn't having any fun. I wasn't seeing my friends, so I decided to take a step back and put the podcast on hold. But in true Michelle fashion, I didn't really take a break. I may not have published a podcast, but my life was topsy-turvy with other tasks. I started a Substack account, created Words with Michelle merchandise. Um, I created some totes. They're really cute. I have done a few book signings, and I was a part of Word on the Street, which is a book and publishing event in Toronto. I had to be involved with Word on the Street. It's where I launched my book 1 whole year ago. Sidebar, wow, my book is 1 year old. So excited. Okay, now back to this show. Some of the stress I'm currently dealing with as well is that I'm still processing my brother's death, which has had such a huge impact on me. I didn't get to fully grieve his death, so completing normal day-to-day tasks are sometimes hard. I've reached out to a therapist, and thankfully, she's giving me the tools for me to thrive and not just survive. She is also helping me as I'm dealing with an aging parent. It's a sad day when you realize that your parents are no longer the strong people that we thought they were. But thankfully, I'm learning to navigate this new phase of life. So what I realized in my time off is that although my life is in slight chaos, full-blown chaos, I wanted to podcast again. I needed to channel my energy into something that made me happy. So here we are. So over the next few weeks, I will share inspirational conversations that I had with Joseph Bonsu, who is a talented illustrator, Joseph Galawango, a teacher, author, and vinyl enthusiast, who also wrote a book with his daughter about the art of DJing, and Tennille Cooper, who is a marketing legend. So that's it, y'all. I've updated you on life since being on hiatus. Ooh, it feels so good to be back. Let me know what's going on with you. Send an email or drop a DM on Instagram, Words W Michelle, or YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Words with Michelle. Thanks for listening. The next episode drops in 2 weeks. Take care, y'all. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message or share your thoughts on social media on my Instagram page at Words W Michelle, on TikTok at Words with Michelle, and my YouTube channel at Words with Michelle. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a message on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so more listeners can find the show. Until next time, bye.